Hello everyone, I hope you are well. So I'm going to be doing another Spirit Baby reading. You can expect to see a lot more Spirit Baby readings on my channel. That is what I specialise in. But it's also, I've had a lot of Spirit Babies visit me at present. Not just my own and from clients I've already done readings for. But I've also been visited by Spirit Babies of future clients. So they'll often come into my room or come around me wherever I am. But they come through a door. Or they'll come through an orb, a light. It kind of looks like a Pokemon ball. It'd be like a pure bright light. It kind of looks like that, you know, the Pokemon balls. And then they'll pop out of that. But they either come through a door, through a light, or they'll just appear around me. Or they could start putting a download in my head of like the kind of soul they are, what they'll look like, what they'll enjoy doing, their personality, things like that. But I've had so many Spirit Babies visiting me at present, so doing another Spirit Baby reading. Can we get... Jesus Christ. Not that many. Yeah, as I keep channeling in a lot of my Spirit Baby readings, the Spirit keeps saying over and over again, there are lines and lines of souls who want to be joining us Earthside. And this has just exploded like that because I was thinking about how there's more twins and triplets and multiple births that have been happening. And yes, they've been happening because people have been having like a medical assistance like IVF, and it's more likely. But it's also been happening naturally, like more multiple births. And I feel like more of you watching have been feeling like in the future you may have twins or you may have triplets. And there is a reason for that, because like the Spirit keeps saying there are lines and lines of souls who want to be joining us Earthside. So this is the reason a lot of them are coming through in groups. And some of them, their divine mission, their purpose is connected to their siblings who they're being born with. But others of them, even though they may be triplets and twins and they may have a close bond, their purpose and their mission isn't necessarily intertwined. They will be very different. But can we get a few poems, please, Spirit? Thank you. So the first one we have here says, Peter Rabbit, books hold so much magic. The old school classic tales never fail. Daddy gets lost in books. They take him to mystical lands. I have always been in his plans. We speak to each other in dreams. This world isn't always as it seems. But that's okay, there'll always be better days. Let Daddy soothe your funny tummy. Learn to accept help more, Mummy. So Peter Rabbit could have been a book that you enjoyed when you were younger. It is a classic. It is one that I enjoyed reading as well when I was a little girl. Some of you may enjoyed reading Peter Rabbit. And I do feel like the future child that you will have, you're going to dress them in a lot of Peter Rabbit themed outfits. And a very like classical kind of English look. A lot of you will be dressing, especially the boys, in. And I feel like a lot of those of you who are women, that when you are pregnant, you will need to allow your partner to be doing more. So you might be more of the leader, more of the boss, and you're going to have to take a step back and allow your partner to do more for you. I'm seeing someone laying down and putting their feet up. So the Spirit are literally saying you will need to rest and put your feet up. And let your partner take the reins. Let him be the man, I'm hearing. Let me get a few more poems, please, Spirit. I feel like some of you may have literally have bought a Peter Rabbit outfit for a nephew, for someone in your family or like a close friend's child. This one. Okay. Okay, so this card says, a higher frequency, that's the kind of parents I need, always striving to do better than who they were yesterday. I need you walking your talk so I have an example to applaud. One day I will lead the way for souls who are a little lost. I'll be born with a special map, making sure they don't fall for any traps. The earth realm can be chaotic, but I sure do know my way around, and people will respect me all over many towns. So this Spirit Baby is going to be of a very high frequency. Not surprised, a lot of the Spirit Babies who have been visiting me, coming around me, are of a very, very high frequency, and they have very powerful psychic spiritual gifts. Ones that I don't hold myself, and I can't necessarily tap into and express what they are because I don't hold it within my consciousness. So they're really going to be teaching us a lot, these souls that are being born right now. And they're also going to be choosing parents who are less in the karmic cycle and doing more of the inner work, more of the shadow work, who are connecting more to their heart, higher self, God and Mother Earth, because they need to follow that lead. They need an example to look up to, especially when they're, I'm hearing like a teenage years. When they're a teenager, they're really going to look up to a lot of you. And this is when they're really going to realize the amount of work that you did for yourself to build a, like a strong foundation. I'm just seeing a home, and it's a strong, solid foundation, very connected to your roots and to yourself. They're going to realize when they're a teenager what work you actually did. And this is going to have them admiring you and respecting you even more so than they already do. Can I get one more poem for my deck, please, Spirit? Warm. Thank you. Okay, so this one says, oh, what beautiful luscious hair as they stop and stare, so thick and long, won't go through mummy's tongs. We'll make hair tutorials together. It's so fun. I love being mummy's dolly. My name could be Polly, or you'll nickname me Jolly. Installed with self-love and protection from above. It's the God in me. That's what you want me to believe. My light shines through just like it does in you. So I'm already seeing there's a song by Mary Mary. And it is called It's the God in Me. I think that's what it's called. But that song is coming through. So some of you guys could be fans of Mary Mary. And now I'm also hearing Shackles. So you may really love that gospel music, that very uplifting gospel music that you can also dance to, that may also get played at like parties. Like Shackles, I hear that being played all the time everywhere. And maybe you play this a lot and your spirit baby hears it when being in your womb. Because there's a spirit baby dancing around, they're dancing to Shackles. So you may play that a lot and dance around. They want you to know that they'll be dancing with you. Particularly those of you that listen to like gospel music or very uplifting music that is kind of has that worshipy, that worship feel, gospel church feel. And they're just going to be very, very happy. Again, this is just confirming they're of a very high frequency, very high vibration, very connected to the energy of bliss, so very connected to the Most High, to the divine. You could be an influencer. You could be a YouTuber, because it speaks of doing hair tutorials together. And I have seen a lot of family channels on like Instagram. They'll do reels of them practicing new hairstyles on their children. So you might do that and share it to Instagram, or just give people tips on how you do your child's hair. Maybe your child has very coily hair, very curly hair, or they could just have very thick, long, straight hair, and you do different tutorials on them. Can we get some baby says messages for the collective, please, Spirit, when it comes to their spirit baby? This one says, Mama, Daddy, it's okay to cry when you're feeling sad. You'll feel so much better after. So your spirit baby is wanting you to release. I'm hearing release the stress. So some of you may be in very stressful jobs. Or maybe this is your partner. Your partner is very stressed at the moment, or they get a lot of stress in their jobs. There's a lot of responsibilities going on, and I'm kind of seeing like a hoarder, someone that has, but this is at a desk at an office, there's just loads of stuff just piled up on your office, and it's kind of giving me that hoarder feel. So you may be feeling confined. There's so many things being thrown at you at the moment. If this is not you, this is your partner. It's you or your partner. And the spirit baby is wanting you to release, wanting you to cry more, wanting your partner to release and cry more, and just let it out. It's like someone needs to go to a beach and just scream, or go in the middle of nowhere in a field and just scream and just let it all out. So kickboxing could be helpful there for some of you. Boxing, kickboxing, that kind of exercise, that kind of sport. Even like running. Something that's fast moving, that gets the body moving. We have 1111, make a wish and make it good. Mama, Daddy, your wishes are coming true. You could be seeing 1111 everywhere. And also wands. Some of you may be seeing like memes that to do with Cinderella, the cartoon Cinderella. You could be seeing those kinds of memes. Or you might have enjoyed watching Cinderella when you were a child. Some of you have a family member, and I feel like you've just shown Cinderella to them. You watched it together. What else, Spirit? Can we get a few more cards, please? Thank you. We have double the giggles and double the grins. Are you ready for double the trouble? It's twins. So look at that. We have the confirmation of the multiple births that I was talking about earlier. So some of you will be having twins, and I feel like you've already known this, or you've believed this as well, that you will be having twins or triplets, multiple births. But it's that confirmation of these souls who are lining up, who are really eager and excited to be coming to Earth Even though it seems a bit chaotic to us who are already here, there are so many souls who want to be part of this awakening, this time that we are in, because it is very significant. I know we're in a spiritual warfare and there is a huge battle going on now, but it is very significant. We're at that tipping point of where the scales of justice are being brought into balance. So it is a very exciting time to be alive. And then we have here, Mama, Daddy, did you see that sign I sent you? I'm getting so good at sending signs. And I do feel like there are so, like I said, the spirit babies keep visiting me. And it's not just my spirit babies, it's spirit babies of clients who I've already done readings for, but also future clients. So there's a lot of spirit babies who are trying to connect with you. And it will be your own spirit babies or the spirit babies of family members, of people who you love, who are very close to you, who are trying to get your attention. Especially those of you that are very intuitive and do yourself have psychic gifts. And who are healers and who are very open to the spirit world, very connected to the spirit world and to God and to Mother Earth and to your higher self. You're going to be seeing and hearing these messages more. So I'm feeling like for some of you, you need to relay these. Like maybe if you have a friend who's also trying to conceive and is trying for a baby, you might get signs from their spirit baby, and their spirit baby is wanting you to tell them. Like, don't dismiss it and don't hold back. Share it with them. You could also be seeing pictures of storks. There's one here. You could be seeing pictures like this online. Like maybe when you open Instagram, or if you use any social media, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, if you open it, you might see pictures of storks. And also I was getting Cinderella memes were coming through this deck. Okay, can we get a few messages from this deck? Thank you. We have here Mabon, balance. Yeah, like I just said, the scales of justice, they're being brought into balance. So this world right now, as it's being brought into balance, things can get a bit crazy, because obviously everything has to come up to the surface for us to really face it. And then once we faced it, we can overcome what we're being asked to overcome, what God is asking us to see and learn. And he might be asking us to look at a certain way that we're doing things and be like, okay, this isn't working anymore. Or this is causing too many people harm. This is only benefiting a few. And we need to look at what's benefiting the whole. What's benefiting the collective. You could be seeing crows as well. But it's the light and dark nature within yourself that is being brought into balance. And these spirit babies that are coming through, they are very, very balanced. Very connected to the symbol of yin and yang. Like they understand the light and the dark. They understand that they are both good, but every human being does also have the potential to do evil. Every human being has the potential to do good, but also the potential to do evil. And there's many people on the planet who are kind of trying to repress one side of themselves, or hiding one side of themselves. And when you do that, like when you repress your own demons and repress your darkness, this is when it's going to push and push and push even more and just come up, and you'll just erupt like a volcano. And that's normally when you'll act out and do something stupid, or do something that you'll later come to regret. Like these spirit babies are wanting people to face what's within you, both sides. The angelic and the demonic, face it all, claim it all. I feel like the spirit babies are just coming through to like school us in this reading. But I did say that they are going to be teaching us a lot. They're of a very, very high frequency and vibration. And they hold things within their consciousness that we do not. And they're going to be teaching us a lot. They're saying specifically millennials and Gen Z. They're going to be teaching us a lot. We have Homeland Foundation. Yeah, so that confirmation that a new foundation is being built. And we are doing this work. Those of you that are watching this video, you are doing this work. You are laying new foundations. You've got to the nitty-gritty, I'm hearing. Some of you could have moved. And you're going to be having children in a completely different city, state, country. A completely different area that's very new to you. I'm seeing a... it's a llama, but I was seeing it as like a rocking horse. And I was seeing a guitar. Maybe some of you play guitar, or these some of these spirit babies coming through are going to be very musical. And they're going to enjoy having musical instruments, particularly the guitar. They are going to walk to the beat of their own drum. Not afraid to be who they are. And I'm getting within like schools in the future, within schools and those kinds of environments, there is going to be less bullying. less issues like that, because the children being born are more aware and they're more conscious of who they are and how they're making other people feel, and the fact that we're all connected. And the reason for that is because they're being born into a higher consciousness on the planet, because people who are already here, a lot of us have been doing the work to raise up the vibration and to move at the same pace that Mother Earth is moving, because it's Mother Earth who's moving on up. It's Mother Earth who is asking her children, asking every life force that is here to raise themselves up in frequency with her. Otherwise you get left behind and you descend, right? Can we get... Thank you. We have cloak concealment. A lot of you right now have been not isolating yourself, but you're kind of looking at who's around you. More like a hermit mode. Looking at who's around you, who should be around you, who shouldn't. Like who was there just for a season and who's going to be in your life now going forward for the long haul. You're not just looking at you're looking at family, you're looking at friends, and you're looking at colleagues, people that you're collaborating with on creative endeavors. Like looking at people around you and you're like, okay, are these people family? If I don't see them as family, or there isn't that potential there, if you just met someone to be family in the very near future, then I don't want them around me. That's what's coming through. Yeah, look at the back of the deck. Hex, banishment. So you're getting rid of anyone around you that doesn't belong there, that isn't family. And the word family is coming through in home. So even if people aren't related to you, if they're friends, if they're colleagues, if they're people you collaborate with when it comes to your creations, when it comes to your career, you want them to feel like home, to feel like family. And you want that to be mutual for their side as well, the fact that you feel like home and family to them. So it's like people who are your soul tribe. Let's get some signs from this deck. What do the collective need to hear, Spirit? Hello again. Recycle, recover. I feel like this is the Spirit baby is saying hello again. So they're really around a lot of you strongly, trying to get your attention. And they're doing it in very different ways for each of you. Obviously, this is a general reading. But I feel like it's really random ways that they're trying to get your attention. Maybe you're getting, you're seeing like rubbish fly past you on the street. This is what I'm seeing. It could even be a bag, like a plastic bag. But it has a certain word on it or a logo on it that you've seen and you know it's connected to your spirit baby. Like you know this sign straight away when you see it. You're like, that's my spirit baby. You know straight away. It isn't something that you realise when you get home later on. It clicks in your mind. It's straight away. What else, Spirit? Some of you, your favourite colour could be green. You really like greens. Maybe you wear a little green, a little khaki. You could have green eyes. We have butterfly, metamorphosis. Yeah. And what comes with I can't even speak, rebuilding and laying a new foundation is transformation, is new wings, is taking flight. I'm hearing taking flight. So a lot of you right now are taking flight. And you're seeing in colour again. And you're feeling more joyful, you're feeling more connected to yourself, to your heart, but you are seeing in colour again. Maybe your life had been a bit boring and had gone a bit stagnant. And I'm just drawn to my mic. Some of you might have your own channels. You could be influencers, have your own channels. Or you could have a podcast. You could be musicians. Or you could just be a public speaker. Because I'm just staring at the mic. It's like you're constantly around microphones, around the mic. Maybe you work in a studio. Because we had the guitar come through earlier. So a lot of you could make music. But I feel like you'll be seeing butterflies everywhere. If not in nature, in photos. And that could also be a sign from your spirit babe that you often see a certain coloured butterfly. We have skull endings, yeah. And with endings you get new beginnings because they were intertwined. So having that butterfly and then having this skull here, having the endings here is a huge sign of death and rebirth. And look, we have there number 11. The 1111 came through earlier. So 11 is a significant number. 11's also, to me, 11 is a gate. It's a gateway. It's like you're walking through a new door, which is another confirmation of that death and rebirth, of the transformation, of change. So a lot of you are walking through a new door now. You've done all of that work on clearing the debris and making sure that you've dealt with the door behind you. You've closed that now, and you're ready. You're facing this new door and you're about to open it. There's no looking back. There's no more obstacles or challenges that were connected with that old karmic cycle. You finished that now, and you're moving into the generational starter. Can you get one more from this deck, please, Spirit? One more from this deck, please. And we have water, surrender. I love seeing water and cups when it comes to a spirit baby reading, because it's connected to the womb and connected to the fetus and the spirit babies themselves. So this is a sign for a lot of you that have been trying to conceive, that you will conceive as soon as you let go and surrender. So you know, sometimes when people have been trying and trying and trying and trying, and then they stop trying, and it's when they stop trying they get pregnant. And they don't even realise at first they were pregnant, so like it becomes a surprise, a shock. And I feel like a lot of your ancestors and your spiritual court want you to be surprised when you do fall pregnant. So a lot of you, maybe if you stop trying or stop doing that kind of routine of like, okay, I'm ovulating, like I need to be having sex, we need to be having sex on this date, this time. If you stop that kind of routine and just move back into the being more spontaneous when it comes to being intimate and surrendering, letting go in that way, like letting go of control. Allow the spirit babies and spirit to take control when you conceive. And then when you do, this is when you will be shocked, because this is when you will get pregnant, and it takes your mind off of it. Let's get some spirit baby signs. What do the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? We have my name. So you could be hearing a certain name you've always had in mind for your future child everywhere you go. You could be seeing it everywhere we go. You know, I said before, like, it was like I could see rubbish going by and it was like a plastic bag. And it had a certain word on it, a certain name on it. I feel like that's going to happen for a lot of you. And that's when you're going to realise, okay, like this name has like been solidified for me. This is the name of my future child, or of my next child. What else, Spirit? Can we get a few more signs, please? We have elephant. You could be seeing elephants everywhere. You might have bought an item of clothing for your spirit baby with elephants on. Or for a family member, or for a friend. This keeps coming through. Maybe some of you guys have just been to a baby shower. Or one of your friends or a family member has just given birth, or they're about to give birth, and you've been buying them like a lot of gifts. And like you've made them like a proper hamper. And you've put like different things in there, like clothes in there, nappies, bottles, dummies, that sort of thing. We have angel numbers, and we had 11 come through. So you've definitely been seeing angel numbers. Your spirit baby's talking to you through numbers, through maths for a lot of you. Maybe some of you are accountants, you work with numbers. We have signs, so you could be seeing these baby on board signs everywhere you go. We have the colour purple, which is connected to the crown chakra, connected to divinity, to being connected to your higher self and to God. And as I've said that, let me show you, it's changing now, but my mic was purple. You could have a mic as well, for those of you that do have mics that are influencers, or you work in an industry where you need a mic. You could have one that lights up and changes different colour, or maybe just have a purple mic. We have dreams. To pay attention to your dreams. This is a way that your spirit baby is talking to you. When you're in the astral realm, you're connecting with their soul there. A lot of you could be having dreams that you're breastfeeding, or be having dreams about a child, and I'm seeing they look at about 4 or 5 years old. So you could be having dreams from your spirit baby and they're visiting you as how they would be when they're 4 or 5 years old. We have squirrel. You could be seeing squirrels everywhere. And I'm just staring at these nuts. So you could, eating the nuts that you have to crack first, and then you got take the shell off and you eat the nut inside. You could like enjoy eating those nuts. Also reminds me of like around Christmas time. So a lot of you could be conceiving or giving birth around Christmas time. And we have Harry Potter. This came out in the last reading I did. So the last reading might be for some of you as well. But they'll enjoy watching like supernatural mythology programs and movies that are based on like myths, so based on the supernatural, based on witchcraft, things like that. Some of you could be authors, or you just might enjoy writing, or you just have a very, very vivid imagination and fantasy. And sometimes I feel like after you've been daydreaming, you write your daydream down. Like a lot of you would write down your dreams upon awakening, but you also write down your daydreams, because you know that they have messages and signs in for you, and you've been doing this for a while. Those of you that do that, you've been doing it for a while. Can we get some timings, please? This one says unlikely. I couldn't work out what it said at first, which is why I kept turning it around. Some of you, this is talking about your that karmic cycle you were in. And you're in a very dark, depleted place. And I feel like this is for those of you who were pressing and didn't want to face the fact that you had a dark side. You were just focusing on your light and being kind to everyone and being good. Maybe some of you were raised in like in a religious household, and you were told if you don't act a certain way or follow certain rules, you're going to go to hell. And this scared you so much, and you were constantly trying to live your life by a certain sacred book. So it could be like the Bible, the Quran. But I feel like religion had really interfered, particularly when it came to, I'm hearing your sex life, so intimacy with other people, it really interfered, and you may have repressed yourself a lot. But it's like a window is opened. God opened a window and shows you that you don't have to follow a religion to be connected to the divine, to have a relationship with God. You can have your own connection and your own beliefs, because every single human being has a moral compass within them. You don't have to be told by somebody else or by an authority outside of you how you should be, what is the right way, what you should be doing. You know when you follow your heart. What else, Spirit? We have spring. A lot of you are walking into this era right now. You're in your spring era. And I'm hearing you got your spring in your step back. And this is going to help those of you who've been struggling to conceive to fall pregnant. What else, Spirit? We have Monday. So some of you may have really dreaded Mondays when you had to wake up and then start the week again and go to your 9 to 5 again. But now you're waking up on Monday and you're actually excited to start the day again. Excited to start the week. It could also now be like one of your favourite days, but in the past you dreaded it. And let's get one more timing card, please, Spirit. Thank you. We have 8 months from now. So some of you will be conceiving in 8 months, and some of you may have just got pregnant, and you'll be giving birth in around 8 months' time. The 8s are connected to karma, to wealth. I think 8 is adds up to the year that we are in now. And look what we got at the back. They're showing me to show this to you. Event postponed. So this is for those of you who, I'm hearing delayed. So you feel like you getting pregnant or you having this child has been delayed. But the time that we're supposed to be coming through is the time we're supposed to be coming through. Like birth is very divinely orchestrated, very, very divinely orchestrated, and so is death. Like I said, birth and death, it came through earlier. They are one and the same. They intertwined. So our birth date is very, very significant. And you're supposed to be born on a certain date. And your children will be born on a certain date. Not a day before, not a day after. A certain date, a certain time, to the second. It's very divine. Do you want some charms? No. I'm going to get some dice for you guys. And then I'm going to get another poem. They were asking me to get another poem. So the first dice we have here is a little boy. Some of you will be having a little boy. I'm also seeing football. So maybe you or your partner really enjoy football. You might enjoy going to football matches together. And you could even conceive after going to a football match, watching a football match, and you or your partner's team wins. We have a tractor. Some of you might have been raised on a farm, or you might be living on a farm right now. Or you have a dream in the future to be having your own land and living on the farm. Like this is what you visualize your children being raised, or they can just run free and you can grow your own food. Can we get one more? And we have a boat here, which to me, I'm seeing the Six of Swords, so it's moving to brighter horizons. And again, it came through before. Some of you may be raising your children in a completely different place to where you were raised or where you're residing right now. So you could be moving across waters, or you're just a family that travel a lot. And this is how you want your children to learn. You don't want them sitting cooped up in a school classroom. You want them traveling and getting out and meeting new people of different cultures, different traditions, different countries, different languages. You want them to see the world, experience the world by traveling. And they're asking me to get one more dice, so this one. And we have a fish. So you could enjoy going fishing. Some of you may have gone when you were younger with your parents or your grandparents, may have gone fishing a lot, and you're going to want to take your children fishing, or maybe this was your partner. You could also be pescatarians for some of you, that you don't eat meat, you just eat fish. And they want me to finish with another poem from my decks. I'm going to get one more poem. What do the collective need to hear for this spirit baby reading? Thank you. This one says, lines everywhere, wild eyes with a warm glare, and a crazy mane of hair. My spirit will be mellow, but there's a fire in my heart, powerful one, very connected to the sun. I'm likely to be born in July or August. Summer baby, don't you try and tame me. Some of you could be having Leo. Cancer is also coming through. I'm getting very strongly with this card. A Leo is just someone a soul who really enjoys being in the spotlight, who isn't afraid to be in the spotlight, who isn't afraid to take the lead. Very connected to the sun, so they're very connected to Christ consciousness, to God, to the divine. They have a very powerful right from wrong moral compass within them. And again, it says, don't you try and tame me. So this is going to be one of those toddlers. I mean, I don't think I've met a toddler who listens to the people around them. They all seem to be, even like the shy ones, they still have like an independent streak. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to be caged in. So this is that kind of soul that you'll be having in the future. And they could have very big brown eyes. I'm getting for a lot of you. Green was coming through earlier, but I feel like that was more to do with some of your guys' eyes. But obviously if you have green eyes, it's highly likely that your child will have green eyes as well. But I feel like for a lot of them, they're going to have the big brown eyes. Or if they're a different colour, they're very dark. They're on the darker shade. Is that it, Spirit? They do want some charms. Let me get some charms for you guys. Okay, so we have here a lolly. We've got 2 lollies, 2 ice creams. So again, that could be another confirmation that they're going to be a summer baby. Or maybe you're just someone who just loves to eat ice lollies, ice creams. Like, doesn't matter what season you're in. It could be winter. You're still going to sit there with a pot of ice cream. I think this is Patrick from SpongeBob. Some of you can really enjoy watching SpongeBob. And this spirit baby will too. But Patrick is coming through. This could be a favourite character of yours. I'm also seeing Mr. Blobby. What else do we have here? We have... looks like a little space character. And this is, I'm from this, I'm getting that they're going to be very otherworldly in their energy field. So when they walk into a room, you may notice that people stare at them. And that obviously when they're a young child, it may kind of freak you out at first when your child gets a lot of attention. But they feel like they will get stared at a lot. You could have like a modelling agents or scouts approaching you all the time, asking if you're interested in your child being in an advert or your child being a model. We have here, looks like a star, like some sort of medal. I don't know if you can see in the middle, it looks like a tiny little hand. It's like a tiny little handprint. So I feel like your child, when they're younger, they're going to get a lot of medals. Maybe they do like a lot of sports. And then we have a butterfly. So we've got another butterfly there. That's another confirmation of transformation and change that you are going through right now. And I keep hearing spreading your wings, to spread your wings. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and spread your wings. And we have a dinosaur here, which to me speaks of the fact that they're going to have that old soul kind of energy. Which is also another reason why people may stare at them, if they have that old soul feel. And then we also have a shell here. And I'm just hearing Cancer again. So for a lot of you, your child will be a Cancer. They'll be born in Cancer season. And again, the green was coming through with the green eyes, but also like a favourite colour. So green is going to be a very favourite colour for either you guys, your partner, or the spirit baby coming through. But green is also connected to the heart chakra, and it's also connected to abundance. Now that is all the messages that are coming through. So I hope that did resonate with someone out there, and I'll see you in my next video.